Why am I so insistent upon giving out to them that blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture? I have no choice over it. In the first place, to me, we are the most beautiful creatures in the whole world.
Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, naturally, there I go rising.
When I first learned that I would be sports person, yes, sports person of the year, I could not believe it. It had been over 30 years since the last time an SI had recognized a woman for being sports person of the year. For all the ladies out there, yes, we can do it. When I first started playing tennis, women weren't really encouraged to play sports, let alone excel in sports. So my hope by winning this award can inspire many, many, many more women in less than 30 years, of course. And I always say, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And the reason that I always say that, because I didn't grow up with things being handed to me. I had to work hard, I had to dedicate myself, and I had to be determined, and I was. It requires discipline and hard work and determination. Most importantly, it requires self-belief, because like me, some people might not believe in you, but you have to believe in you. And sometimes you're going to be your own cheerleader, and you have to be your biggest and your best cheerleader. So to all you young athletes, take that to heart and never stop believing in yourself, and really always support who you are. I've had my shares of ups and downs. I've had many struggles. I've had people put me down because I didn't look like them. I've had people look past me because of the color of my skin. I've had people overlook me because I was a woman. I had critics say I will never win another Grand Slam when I was only at number 7. And now here I stand today with 21 Grand Slam titles, and I'm still going.
We can all probably think of black female athletes off the top of our head. One thing that is evident when it comes to black women, they don't just compete, they win. And not only do they win, but they dominate. They make strides. They break world records. Now you have to acknowledge the pioneers that took on the abuse, racial hatred, and still managed to come out on top and helped pave the way for later generations of sports greats. Here is just a small list of amazing black women that have opened the doors and kicked ass whilst breaking world records. One of the first women's track teams in the United States began at the all-black Tuskegee Institute in 1929. 3 years later, Louise Stokes and T.J. Pickett qualified for the 1932 Olympics in track and field, but were not allowed to participate in the event held in Los Angeles, simply because they were black. In Berlin in 1936, Stokes and Pickett became the first African-American women to represent their country in the Olympics. Another pioneering black female athlete, tennis player Ora Washington, won her first American Tennis Association singles title in 1929. Now, of course, if I'm speaking about tennis, I can't do it without mentioning probably the greatest tennis player of all times. Born in Saginaw, Michigan on September 26, 1981, and raised in Compton, California, Serena Jamaica Williams. Serena has continually excelled throughout her career. She has not only been labeled as the best female tennis player, but also best sports person and named America's greatest athlete. She is known as the Queen of the Court. She has won 72 career single titles, 23 doubles, and 2 mixed doubles titles. This includes 39 Grand Slam titles, 23 singles titles, 14 doubles titles, and 2 mixed doubles titles. She is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, has won more than $84 million in career prize money, which is more than any other female athlete. Serena Williams also won the Australian Open while she was pregnant. Now that's definitely amazing. Not to be outshined by her sister, Venus Williams has 4 Olympic gold medals, tied with her sister, with whom she won 3 as a doubles team at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney. She took home the gold in both singles and doubles matches. Don't sleep on Venus, she goes hard too. But there wouldn't be a Serena and Venus Williams without Althea Gibson. She was the first black athlete to break the color line in international tennis, winning the French Open in 1956, followed by Wimbledon and the US Open in 1957, and again in 1958. She was named Female Athlete of the Year in both 1957 and 1958. Not only did Althea play tennis, she also played golf professionally. Zena Garrison took home the Olympic gold in women's tennis doubles with Pam Shriver in 1988. 20 years later, she served as a coach of the 2008 women's Olympic tennis teams. At just 22 years old, Sloane Stephens is the youngest woman to be part of the World Tennis Association Top 30, ranking at number 11. At the 2011 US Open, the young medalist won her first two main draw Grand Slam matches. In 2013, she had a breakthrough year when she outlasted Serena Williams at the Australian Open and reached the fourth round at Roland Garros quarterfinals of Wimbledon and fourth round of the US Open. Sloane Stephens also defeated Venus Williams within the first round of the French Open. Alice Coachman was the first black woman to win an Olympic gold medal. On August 7, 1948, the track and field athlete earned the gold for winning the women's high jump. Alice Coachman was regularly a victim of racial abuse and taunts, but she didn't let that stop her. Every year between 1939 and 1948, she won a national championship award. In 1948, she was the only American woman to bring home an Olympic gold medal in athletics. Alice Coachman was the first African-American woman to endorse an international product, Coca-Cola. Florence Griffith Joyner, aka FloJo, was definitely the first swagged-out, flyest woman on the track. She not only stood out for her speed, but also her fashion sense and style. FloJo is considered the fastest woman of all time. In 1985, she won the 100 meters at the IAAF Grand Prix final with a time of 11 seconds. Her records in 100 meters of 10.49 seconds are still yet to be broken. How about Carmelita Jeter, the second fastest woman in the world? Or Candace Hill, who is literally the fastest girl in the world. In June 2015, 16-year-old Candace ran a 10.98 second 100-meter sprint, shattering the previous world record for the fastest youth. Her super fast running time also made her the 10th fastest person in the world. Wilma Rudolph was once referred to as the fastest woman in the world. She became the first woman to win 3 track and field gold medals in the Olympics. During the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome, she won gold medals for the 100-meter and 200-meter sprints and brought the U.S. a gold for the 4 times 100-meter relay. Not bad for a child that was born premature, contracted polio, and had to wear a leg brace for most of her childhood. Wilma Rudolph was the first black woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympic Games. In 1960 and 1961, she was named the Associated Press Woman Athlete of the Year. Jackie Joyner Kersee has 3 gold medals to her name, frequently regarded as the best all-around female athlete in history. Jackie Joyner Kersee holds records in the heptathlon, long jump, and 50-meter hurdles. Willie White was the first ever 5-time U.S. track Olympian. She competed in every single Olympics between 1956 and 1972, winning a silver medal for the long jump in 1956 and another silver in 1964 for her 4 times 100-meter relay. In 2004, Maritza Correa became the first black Puerto Rican of African descent to be on the USA Olympic swimming team and the first black swimmer to set a long course American and world record. Speaking of swimming, meet Aaliyah Atkinson of Jamaica. She swam into history in December 2016 when she swam a 1-minute, 2.36 second 100-meter breaststroke at the FINA World Swimming Championship and became the first black woman to ever win a world swimming title. The Jamaican swimmer is actively involved with the International Swimming Hall of Fame to promote a swimming culture to minority children. Speaking of Jamaicans, meet Merlene Ote, a 7-time Olympian and still an unstoppable force, still competing at the age of 58, and still giving people a run for their money. In 1988, Debbie Thomas made history by being the first black athlete to win a medal at the Winter Olympics. The figure skater was on the cover of Time's February 1988 issue. She was a 1984 world champion, 2-time U.S. champion, and Olympic bronze medalist. Debbie was inducted into the U.S. Figure Skating Hall of Fame in 2000. Vanetta Flowers. Not only was she a track and field athlete, a star sprinter, and a long jumper at the University of Alabama, but she was also the first black athlete to win a gold medal for the bobsled. Are you a basketball fan? Well, meet Lisa Leslie of the Los Angeles Sparks. She competed on 4 Olympic women's basketball teams. She has consistently won the gold with her team every Olympics from 1996 to 2008. Dawn Staley served as point guard for 3 Olympic women's basketball teams, earning a gold medal each time. She was also inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Now, you can't talk about basketball without mentioning Sheryl Swoopes. Sheryl Swoopes is often called the female Michael Jordan. She was the first player signed to the WNBA. She has won 3 Olympic gold medals, is a 3-time WNBA MVP, and remains on every top WNBA players list ever made. Cheryl Miller, the only female basketball player to score 100 points during an officially sanctioned game, and she did it at the tender age of 13. Boxing fans? Muhammad Ali told you he was the greatest, so it's no surprise that his daughter, Layla Ali, ain't nothing to mess with either. With an undefeated record of 24 out of 24 matches won, including 21 knockouts, Layla Ali has made the alleged insult, "fight like a girl," into a bona fide badge of honor. She said with her father's genetics, there's no way she could lose. And she was right. She retired undefeated. What about Fadia the Cheetah Gibbs, nicknamed the most dangerous woman in the world? She's a sports icon and a Muay Thai kickboxing legend. More importantly, Gibbs is a 3-time world champion in kickboxing and the first black woman to hold the World Kickboxing Championship for the International Sports Karate Association. Now, before Simone Biles and Gabby Douglas, there was Dominique Dawes, an amazing gymnast. Dominique Dawes was the first black woman to win an individual Olympic medal in artistic gymnastics. Between 2004 and 2006, Dominique served as president of the Women's Sports Federation, and in 2010, she was named a co-chair for the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition. And of course, if we're speaking about gymnastics, Gabby Douglas. The American artistic gymnastic took the world by storm at the London Olympics in 2012, when she was the first American to win gold for both the individual and team competitions. This is when she became the first woman of color of any nationality and the first African American gymnast in Olympic history to become the individual all-around champion. She recently became the first reigning Olympic all-around champion to win a medal in the World Championships. Now say hello to Cheyenne Woods. Yes, this is Tiger Woods' niece. The 27-year-old golfer has more than 30 amateur tournament victories and also won the Ladies European Tour at the Volvic RACV Ladies Masters. Here's Monet Davis. The Philadelphia native made headlines and history in 2014. She became the first girl to throw 2 shutout games in the Little League World Series, leading her team to victory. Since then, the 17-year-old became the first Little Leaguer to land a Sports Illustrated cover. She has written a book about her journey to athletic stardom. She's also an incredible basketball player, and because of her skills on the court, she has been offered a spot with the Harlem Globetrotters post-college graduation. Last but not least, Simone Biles. She's been called the new star of American gymnastics and the best gymnast in the world. Olympic gold medalist in vault, floor, individual, and team all around. Bronze medalist on beam at 2016 Rio Olympics. She won the all-around at 2.1 margin of victory, larger than the margins of victory from 1980 to 2012 combined. She's the first female gymnast to win 3 consecutive world all-around titles. She has the most world championship gold medals won by a female gymnast in history with 10 gold medals. The most decorated world championship American gymnast with 14 total medals, 10 gold, 2 silver, 2 bronze. The first woman to capture 4 gold medals at a single world championship. First female African-American all-around world champion. Undefeated in the all-around competition since 2013. First American woman in 23 years to win 3 all-around national titles. Honored as the 2014 Women's Sports Foundation's Sportswoman of the Year. Named Olympic Athlete of the Year by the USOC 2015. Named Associated Press Female Athlete of the Year 2016. Wow. And guess what? There's more. It's time to celebrate Black women's achievements. Celebrate Black female athletes, past, present, and up-and-coming, who kicked down closed doors, broke through ceilings to soar to the sky. This is Black excellence. Black women are most definitely amazing. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. IKYG.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Angel_IKYG.